Today on Western Mass Living, do you know what your credit score is? Hampden Bank has the scoop, and they'll tell you the best way to build it for the future. If you're working on leaving a zero carbon footprint, we've got you covered. Make your home as green as can be today. Heating and cooling this kind of home has its challenges. Some hot tips on cooling down an amazing space. Plus, have you ever wished for more time, especially when you're moving? Well, consider your wish granted on today's issue of Western Mass Living, and it starts right now. Hi everyone, I'm Mary Jo Cranmore and this is Western Mass Living, and today we're talking about going green. Whether it's using recycled materials, heating more efficiently, or having more money in your bank account, it's all right here, right now. Whether you're building a new home, saving for a college education, or planning a renovation this summer, something that all of us could use a little help on, our financial IQ. Well, Hampden Bank is here with some of those answers. In the past few years, you've undoubtedly heard more about something called your credit score. It's a number assigned to each of us that will tell a bank, based on our history, how likely we are to repay a loan. But that's not the whole story.
I think these days, suddenly everybody knows the term credit score. It used to be something that was, I guess, at the bottom of a credit report that lenders only use, but it's gotten a lot of press, and that's a good thing. Everyone should be concerned about their credit score because lenders utilize that as one of the tools to determine whether a loan is going to be made, and in many cases, it will determine how much that loan is going to cost you. So typically, the lower the credit score, the more cost there's going to be built into that loan. It may be built into the interest rate. It may be built into additional costs. There are a number of things you can do to improve your credit score. One is the obvious. Make your payments on time.
Also, make sure that even if you pay your whole balance on your credit cards, you should pay those on time as well. If you're late, and it will be reflected in your score. Don't charge your cards up to their limits. One of the components figured into your credit score is how many credit lines you have maxed out, and it won't reflect well in your score.
It's funny, we'll have people who have a relatively low credit score compared to what they thought they would have, and it's because they didn't make, say, credit card payments on a timely basis. And we've heard the comment, well, it was a small bill, so I pay it every other month, and I always pay it off. Well, it still shows late, and that shows a propensity not to pay.
When it comes time to get a loan for your new home, you don't want to deal with a low credit score. It may make you unable to get the interest rate you need to make your payment reasonable each month. Though there are other types of financing, they can get, well, a bit sticky.
Well, owner financing can be as creative as can be because it's not regulated, so it's between the owner and the borrower. So I think the different types of financing are unlimited, and frankly, to me, that is a little frightening. One thing when you're dealing with a bank, especially a local bank such as Hampden Bank, one, you're dealing with people you know, but two, you're dealing with an institution that's highly regulated, so that we have all sorts of people looking over our shoulder to make sure that our products fit the law. When you're dealing with owner financing, there's no holds barred. The real disadvantage, I think, if you partake in owner financing is that you're not building up a credit rating. If you got a private mortgage, it's not being reported to the credit bureaus. And one of the strongest factors in building a credit rating is a mortgage. Payment on your mortgage it carries a much higher weight, heavier weight, in the calculation of your credit score.
There's that pesky credit score again, and it's serious business. And what if you want to get pre-approval for a loan? You want to make sure you have all your fiscal ducks in a row. And why would you want to get pre-approval in the first place? Well, Bob's got the answer to that one as well.
The reason you want to get pre-approved is, one, I think it gives you some negotiating strength. When you can walk up and make an offer to a seller and show them that you've been pre-qualified. And to us at Hampden Bank, a pre-approval is a commitment to lend. We typically will give a pre-approval, we'll go through the whole application process, and it will only be subject to appraisal of the property.
And as you start your house hunting, something else will catch your eye these days, an opportunity known as foreclosure sales. Tread very lightly here. These kinds of sales are only for the experienced and the truly hardy souls among us.
You do hear about it a lot, and you can't turn on the TV without some show telling you how you can make your fortune dealing in distressed property. Foreclosure properties are a real snake pit. Frankly, someone has to know what they're doing. For instance, a typical foreclosure, the sale is held on the steps of the property or on the sidewalk out front, and you, the buyer, more than likely will not get the opportunity to tour that property. So you're really buying something unseen. You don't know what problems you're inheriting. You don't even know if the plumbing's still in the place.
Something else you may have heard about, a short sale. Is that something you might want to think about if you're looking for more home than you think you can afford?
You also may be in a situation in a foreclosure where it's a short sale, meaning the sale price of the property is less than what's owed to the lender. And that sale may take some time to go through if it's a second lien holder who's foreclosing. So you need to know what problems you may be inheriting buying a property blindly, only by seeing the exterior. You need to make sure you understand what other costs are included. Typically, a foreclosure sale will be sold subject to a number of other things, such as municipal liens, back taxes, water and sewer, and possibly other loans that have superior liens.
Makes sense to me. Now, if you want to send us some questions for the show about tips or topics you see here on Western Mass Living, just head to our website, Western Mass Living TV, and click on the Contact Us link. We might even answer you on the air, and we'll definitely answer you right away by email. You can also check out more information and tips from Hampden Bank and some of the other experts you see on this air every week. Hampden Bank is a local community bank dedicated to helping local families get their start, and that usually means buying their first home.